Hi, in this video we will have a look at Microsoft Planner task attachments. So this is my SharePoint list and I have got two attachments under the list. So you can see here I got two attachments. Let me edit it and show you. Edit. Here are the two attachments, test.txt and text1.txt. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want to add a task here and add those attachments under the planner task. Okay, so let's start building a flow. So for the demonstration purpose, I'm using a manual trigger. And the next we need to use here is the get items of the SharePoint connector. Set the site address, then the list name, that is AJ list, that's my list name. And I'm going to use an initialize variable. I'll come back to you later why I need this, okay? And call this as attachments. That's an array, okay? And the next thing we need to do here is we need to get the attachments from the get items. So let me drag and drop this into the second step. Yeah. So after getting the attachments, we need to get the get attachments. Okay, same list, AJ list, and the ID. That's ID from the get items. Okay. So the apply to each loop is automatically constructed by the flow because we are using get items. That means it may have more than one item. So in my case, it's only it's only one item in my list. Okay, but I have got two attachments. So the next step is I got all the attachments. So the next step what we need to do here is get the attachment URL actually. So I'm going to add a compose here. And look at the properties of the previous step. You can see there is something called absolute URI. Okay, right. So that's that. I'm going to minimize this step. I'll come back to you later here in the apply to each. I haven't finished that loop yet. And then go into the planner and take a create a task. Okay, so group ID, I'm going to use C programmers. So let me go back to my planner task. So I got something called Cloud Plan C programmers here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use. That's a cloud planner. That's a plan ID. I'm going to say test demo. That's done. I'm not going to fill all the other ones here. So just you use the other properties if you want to fill it. And next again using the planner here and take update. Okay, update task details. That's what we want. So here under the task ID, I need to mention enter the custom value and select the ID from the previous step, that is this from the create task step. Okay, now here are the reference attachments going to go. So we can't directly attach here, we can attach that as a reference resource actually. So if you want to attach more than one, that's what this video is all about. So I'm going to put here test, then something called https://test.com, and then I'm going to select other. Okay, because it's a text file I'm attaching it, so here I don't have that, so I'm just using other than. Yeah, then add a new item. So you can add another one if you want. See, So what you could do here is you could have test2, and here you could have https://test2.com. And again, I could have probably a word one, but I'm going to select other here again. Yeah, other. So if you look, this is to input enter array. See, this is a format. It's appending it. See that? So that's the technique we need to use. So here, what I'm going to use is I'm going to only copy this part here. This. So that's the format I want. So I'm going to press Control C here. Switches back to the array again. Switch back to the dynamic values here. And then what I could do here is I could go and say delete. I don't want that anymore. And this also I'm going to remove it. Okay. And then I'm coming back to the apply to each loop. Then here under the get attachments, we know we want that format here. Here it is. That's the format I'm after. And then here, instead of the text, remove that double quotes and all that, and look for under the get attachments, we should be able to get the name then. See the display name? That's what we want. So it's put another loop because it's more than one attachments there from get items. That's the nature of the flow. So it's basically, if you say get me all, that's what that means. It's going to apply a loop there. And then here the URI again, remove all the double quotes and all up to the colon. Yeah. And then look for the absolute URI. That's the link of that file. Then the type other, I can hard code that because I don't get the type here from the get attachments. Okay, that's it. So once it's done, that's a format I done. Then I'm going to say append array. Remember the variable I initialized earlier, this one attachments. So I could go here and say attachments. Then under the value, I can say I want to append this format of this combos. Okay, so search for output. That's the one we want. Yeah, that's a combos output we want. So now this loop is fine now. We're getting the items, we're getting the attachments, and then we got more than one attachments maybe there, but whichever the format, the important thing is the format in the combo should be the same way. I shown you earlier how to generate this format. Yeah. Once this is all done, then create the task. So, and then under the update task, map the ID. Then the important thing is click on the T sign here, switch on the array. Then under the references, set the attachments. Okay, now save the flow and run it. Okay, flow ran successfully. So let's have a quick look here. Get items. We know it's only one there. So one item only. So you can see under my SharePoint, I got only one item there. Yeah. Then I have attachments, but I got two attachments in this file here I shown you earlier, test and test one. So that's here. That's the reason the get items, get attachments. After that, I get two loops here. See, one of one and one of two here, one of two. So there's two there. Then each one I'm formatting. One is the test.txt with that URL, and the other. Click on next. You can see the next one. This format is appended to the next variable called append array. Finally, we are mapping this append array variable to the task. So let's have a look at the planner task. Here it is. It's created the task here. So if I open it, I can see test.text in that resource there. So there's an attachment there, and also test1.text there. So if I open this, that's my content. You can see. And if I click on this, that's my another content there. So this is the way you can attach the attachments under the planner task. Hope this is useful. Thank you for watching.